people say, oh, this isn't New York City, or this isn't LA, or this isn't Europe or Japan or whatever, but there is a lot of talent right here.
I feel like it really saved me in so many ways. Like, from the background that I came from to being able to go experience these things. I mean, I was raised by my dad with he got custody of 4 girls, you know? So, I mean, I went from like daycare to preschool to school, and just, I mean, I can change a headlight on a car.
Anything can happen, and the networking here is so awesome. People want to help each other. That doesn't happen in these bigger places. You know, it's so cutthroat and everyone steps on each other, but people are so gracious and wonderful here.
A friend of mine who modeled approached me about wanting to start his own modeling agency in Utah because he was like, there's so much talent here. And I was like, there is, you know, there's so much talent in Utah that I feel like nobody really, like high-end, more like high fashion talent that nobody, I don't really feel like taps into it, you know? So we were gonna start a modeling agency, and then I was like, this is perfect. I'll have all these models at my disposal all the time that I can just shoot, you know, like the ones I picked and this and this. It ended up not working out, but because he wanted to go more of like the athletic commercial route, because that's kind of like big in Utah.
Fitness industry is probably the #1 in Utah, I would say. And then of course fashion is growing as well. So I would say between fitness and fashion are the 2 top growing markets or industries in Utah.
Lots of photographers, lots of clothing designers. It's a very artistic area. And I think that kind of the artistic elements of clothing boutiques and local artists, you know, fashion photographers, things like that have kind of congregated here, which makes it a big market for models.
It's a different market. It's more like lifestyle versus high fashion or editorial. I mean, you get that a little bit, but yeah, I would say it's definitely more lifestyle, and so it depends what you're looking for.
There's just so many talented people in a concentrated area, like she was saying, that it's a good market. It's hard though because it seems like models here are willing to work for free, so it makes it hard because, you know, if you've been doing this for a while, models here are slowly catching on that, you know, they should be paid for their work.
I absolutely love Utah. Like, location's amazing, and actually for photography and like even like for scenery is amazing. The whole modeling thing is really, you can't take it personally. It's really, you know, you're the right look for the moment, or you're not, you know? Yeah. So if you don't, you'll go like to a bunch of auditions, but if you don't get it, it doesn't mean that, you know, you're not good enough or whatever.
It's a really competitive industry, so you have to be prepared for a lot of rejection and denial at the same time. That comes with a lot of acceptance, you know. There's people that are going to like you, and there's people that are not going to like you at all, and you just have to learn how to brush that off your shoulders and move on, you know. Your career isn't ruined just because that person didn't like you or that photographer didn't want to do a photo shoot with you.
You know, there are costs that come with modeling, you know, like paying for comp cards or paying for prints, but you shouldn't pay for a contract. to sign with an agency. I'd never even heard of that until I moved to Utah. So if an agency is making you pay for a contract, just know that you're making their BMW car payment that's sitting up front.
Modeling, I think, is just more than advertising for a client, whether it's footwear, whether it's clotheswear, whether it's jewelry. It's definitely setting an example and being a role model for not only yourself, but people around you, your community, who you present yourself to and how you present it. You know, you can't just be the pretty face behind a picture or behind a commercial.
It's interesting because people are like, oh, it's modeling. You know, and there's kind of that connotation like you must be really like narcissistic or vain or whatever. Like what people don't realize is Whitney and I both grew up being totally teased. We were awkward and weird and quirky, and so it's not like I've been modeling forever. Like I was teased mercilessly like through high school. So this is sort of a new thing for us, and we don't take it seriously.
It's one of those things that's hard to explain because not everybody can be a model. Like you're genetically born with smaller bones, you know, longer bones. So I understand that. So I guess I feel really blessed that I've had that opportunity, and I think that's why I love working with my girls and that kind of stuff, and trying to have them see the bigger picture that you're not just a model, but you're a model citizen as well. And you can utilize your looks and your personality to go places in life.
We just started a blog called The Style Rant. She and I have always toyed with the idea of kind of collaborating with local artists, photographers, makeup artists, you know, clothing designers, just on a more local scale, and having the focus of our blog be kind of our perspective and our take on fashion, but also being able to showcase like the artistic side of modeling, which I think again comes from the photographers and the designers and kind of the creativity side. So
it's been nonstop ever since. It's been really, really exciting. You know, I felt good about it since day one. I still, like, on a weekly basis, when like something amazing happens, like get chills and just like, I cannot believe I own a modeling agency. But it's I think because we have like our ethics and our, you know, core values of, you know, how we're set up, like a proper modeling agency should be.
You know, and a lot of people kind of have that attitude, oh, Salt Lake, you know, there's no talent here, blah, blah, blah. And I had that for a minute, but then I am in awe of the talent that is in Salt Lake City.